What's going on, people? Welcome to DR Sports. Welcome to another weekend roundup. Not as many games as usual with the winter break going on. Some people playing this half of the month and the next people playing the second half of the month, etc., etc. But it's a cold one here in DR. A lot of people are getting rubbing their hands together. Jacket on, where's the heating? Can we talk about paid the bill?
Oh.
I know what I'm saying. Hasn't turned up as well. You know what I mean? Arsenal didn't play, so he's like louder. I ain't coming.
Can we talk about Abbi ordering coffee from Deliveroo and said there's coffee next door?
Yeah, but I wanted this specific coffee.
You
that's
see,
what I'm saying, bougie.
life, that's bougie, man.
Yeah.
You see these
Starbucks.
What is that? Millennials. What's the generation these days?
Gen
Z. That's you.
I'm older.
Did you say Jay-Z?
Yeah, he said Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Is that Jay-Z, yeah?
Gen Z, sorry.
You're Gen Z.
Are you older than me?
Yeah.
Oh, you are.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah,
But how are you delivering there's coffee next
How am
door?
I getting a coffee? Because I wanted this
ordering
specific
it.
one. Do you know why? Because Jason got me with this the other day, and it was really nice. It's called a blonde latte, and it's actually really nice.
Gen
I mean, I just
Z.
go down back to blonde. You know,
Okay.
I just wanted to match it. But to be fair, I ordered it 40 minutes ago. So
You must be coining it, Abby.
no, it's actually wrong.
Good, innit? Making money, innit?
I can't even afford to pay attention. That was beautiful.
I'm in a full attention.
It's that time of the month. Yeah, I do like that.
Have you nicked that one?
Yeah, that's an old one.
I don't care.
I don't care if you nicked it. It's insane.
I like this generation.
Beautiful.
Fuck the Jersey, I like this one.
That was cold.
TVF says, ew, Starbucks.
Ew.
Maybe
That was cold.
Ew, I don't actually like. I don't rate this stuff.
But we have got games to get into. Big up to Nicky Hawkins, big up to Cecil, big up to Abby, big up to Matisse,
Big up
man,
to you.
and big up to me
Big up
coming
to
to,
you.
to hold
Do you
something.
know what?
No,
It's
not,
so
no.
nice to see you.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I haven't seen you for ages.
Haven't seen me since the other day when we done a preview.
Oh no, you haven't been on this show for
gosh.
ages.
I was
You
on
haven't
like
been
the
on
one
this
just
show
before
for
that.
ages.
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't.
Why don't you always make this narrative up?
You haven't been on for ages.
You wasn't here for your worst licks of the season.
I was ill. Why did
Hey, look how easy that was.
That's poor
Poor for you. That is poor for me. I wanted to watch. I was waiting for you.
I didn't come to your party because of it.
You know, we were one McTominay goal away from the most shameless version of flex you'll
Of
ever
course.
see in your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but-
And we was one Timo Werner goal away from the same for
Exactly.
Abby.
That was never going to happen.
Also,
that was never going to happen.
Did everyone see Malagusto the other day? Because surely that was a red card.
Thank you. I was.
Stop.
I love this show.
Come
So,
for me.
As you can see, as you can see, we're gonna have a lot to talk
We're
about,
just
even though there wasn't that many games. These two didn't even play. They're just they're ready for the vibe. Cecil, anyone would have thought Arsenal would have beaten any one of our teams. Cecil's coming in saying, "I need to cook." Have you not seen Man City, Cecil? Have you not seen what you're up
Has
against?
he not seen his recent run of form? Man, them are talking about ruined Christmas.
We're still in tight.
Ruined New Year's.
Let's take a breather. I'm doing a Robbie here. Listen, the title is still.
Slowly at the
You can
top.
still see it, guys. I think.
Do you know what?
We went through a meltdown, but we're not far off it.
You do realise that ever since I
I
took that T-shirt and blessed the table on this very show, you have never been the same since.
You have.
Okay,
You don't
okay.
even- you don't even look the same.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. But obviously, we do have to start with the game at Old Trafford last night. Manchester United 2, Spurs 2. Timo Werner with assist on his debut. Richarlison scored. He's got 6 goals in 6 games now.
It was brilliant yesterday.
Absolutely brilliant from him. Hoyland
He
scores
actually
again.
was.
What a goal from
Again,
him.
are you taking the mick?
That was a bit far.
What do you mean he scored again? It's his second Premier League goal.
No, because there's a game before he scored.
but
he
you
wasn't
did just-
playing against Forest. He played against Villa.
You
Two
did
Premier League games in a row,
make
mate.
out that it was like he's good again. Like, you know.
Mate, I'm just reading the rundown,
Is
mate.
he on a
Hoyland
run?
Scores again, mate.
Is he on a
I
run?
didn't write it. Ask the producers, mate.
Is he on form?
Well,
Yeah,
got a
actually,
got goal and assist, mate. Everyone talks about goal and assist. He got it. I was
he,
like, didn't it?
he is more informed than your strikers.
When's the last time Jackson scored?
Man, he's at AFCON.
He only just went the other day.
Well, Onana should have, shouldn't he? Huh? Onana should
He's
have
there. He's there now.
Yeah, I bet
Playing
he is.
tonight. Dedication.
Man was doing the Bellingham celebration for the second goal.
Nobody's noticed, is it?
But let's get
Same
into it. Spurs 2, Man United 2.
Yeah.
We obviously went for it, giving it,
Oh, yeah.
etc., etc. You said you'd win 2-0. I said we'd win 2-0.
I know. You never.
Two written all over.
And neither did you.
We actually said at the end of the preview, I don't know if it was on the DR one or on United View, but we both said this is
It's
definitely
DR
going to be 2-2.
Yeah, we did.
it's
and
a
actually,
draw.
and
Draw
everyone
all
in
over
the DR comments was saying, look at Flex, he doesn't even believe what he's saying that Man United will win this game, and does he know his team shit, etc., etc. You start. You know, came to Old Trafford decimated with injuries and
Illness,
people,
apparently. Illness,
people,
AFCON, Asia Cup.
Yeah, all of that stuff.
And then I didn't expect to see no Kulusevski on the team sheet. That was a big old blow. Again, the Celso, he was out. They told us on Friday he was out as well. So it was just like, brilliant. Every single attacking threat that we could possibly have is away or unavailable. It was great to have Mickey van der Ven back. I thought he was a little bit rusty, but obviously he's been out for kind of 2.5 months. That was expected. Romero as well managed to force his way back from. He's meant to be out for another 3 weeks. So I don't know how our players are managing to come back like really quickly. Like him and Bentancur were meant to be out for long periods, and they've managed to do it in like half the time. So credit to them, and I guess the staff for making them be able to be back fit and available. But it was one of those games that, again, had to call on like Højbjerg, who had a decent game, Skip. I thought Richarlison had probably his best game he's ever had for us. He held the ball up so well yesterday, which is something that we have criticised him for the last couple of years. He hasn't been able to do. I think that if Kulusevski probably would have started, maybe we would have won the game because there would have been a bit more creativity, but obviously he didn't. So we did struggle in that area. I thought when Højlund got a goal in the first couple of minutes, I thought, for fuck's sake.
What was you thinking?
I thought, fuck off.
That was a bit strong.
I thought this is the most Spursy
Young
thing
kid doing it,
ever. So Spursy.
Getting a few goals and swearing at him like that.
And also because I'd ripped Højlund and I'd ripped Marcus Rashford, and I thought, great, this is coming back to bite me.
What a finish.
Great finish, great goals.
No keeper saving.
Again, you know, United. The thing is, with our high line, you can get caught out, and we'd started the game on an attack. Porro, again, the inverted winger thing, 1 minute he's, you know, as a fullback, the next minute he's a 6, he's an 8, he's a 10. So he kind of got caught out, did get back in time, good recovery run, but again was a little bit too late. And you are going to find that with the high line. You will get caught in transitions, especially early doors, I guess, when you're at United and the intensity is high. It was a very intense game, I felt like. A lot of back and forth, but with no end product at either end of the pitch. I thought for us, Brennan Johnson was poor. He's had quite a lot of criticism lately.
Well, I think the Spurs fans are being harsh on him. I like Brendan Johnson. I know his end product's not great, but he works hard, gets on the ball. He always wants the ball.
He does. He works hard, but I think that we spent a lot of money on him. You know, he was nearly £50 million to bring in a winger that has no end product. I'm not being as harsh on him as.
So what do you do with Werner? Work in progress. What do you do with what's going? Is Werner? Did you bring him in to start or be?
No, but I don't believe that Brennan Johnson probably starts either. If everyone's fully fit, I don't think he does.
But Werner's alone.
Werner is alone
with an option
to buy. It's kind of like a no win, no fee type thing for us with Timo Werner. So it's not really a problem. But Brennan Johnson is a lot of money, and I haven't necessarily seen him like kick on or progress. And I don't want to be that harsh because it is his first year at Spurs. You know, it is a big jump, and this is not being disrespectful to Forest, but it's a big jump in level and, you know, I guess expectation when you come to a bigger club.
Well,
I think there's.
Well, it is. But there is more pressure on Spurs.
I don't know Spurs are bigger than Forest.
I think.
Well, stop.
Well, hold on a second. Hold on. On a historical
I'm talking
standpoint.
about on a current level.
Yeah, but
where Spurs are trying to.
But Forest, Nicky Hawkins, you're a very experienced fan.
It's not like a
Would you say that the mighty Spurs are bigger club than Forest?
You're such a nibbler.
Do you know what?
You're nibbling right now. I just said I don't know whether they're bigger or not. This is a nibble here.
To be fair, I can see being not a supporter of a club that's not a big club traditionally. You have to look at currents because Premier League levels is different than the past.
I'll just ask a question, mate. That's all.
But I do think that Tottenham's like a good bridge to see if you can handle.
Whoa,
pressure.
you are. Can we just hold on?
That's where you tend to send people to see if they can handle it. Right at the top is Tottenham. They're like the middle.
So it's the middle ground.
But
we've not seen
Chelsea now.
But we've seen Forest reach the pinnacle of club football. You know.
Yeah, we have.
I'm just saying.
I'm saying.
I was asking a question.
Can I just say the reason why he's on the pressure is obviously the fee, but also you look at other players in this type of price range, Palmer, Kudus, like they could have got someone else that would have potentially delivered.
I don't just agree.
But when they signed him, I was confused. Like I saw other players on Gibbs White. There's other players that I'm thinking they probably got a little bit more talent.
Gibbs White is more of a 10.
Different position.
Different position. And again, I think we should have bought another 10 because Maddison you can't rely on to be fit the whole time.
And he can play wide.
He can. I would have preferred to probably have that than another winger. It's just a bit frustrating, another winger with no end product. But I'm not writing him off by any stretch because because I still think that there is something to be given. I think it's also to do with confidence. He's just not got any confidence in terms of like taking a man on, and also just picking the right pass at the right time and getting in front of goal. But I think that comes. And again, you looked at our bench. There was literally no one we could really bring on. I mean, we brought on Brian Gill for a little bit, but he's so lightweight. He'll be gone in the summer.
La Liga time.
Yeah, I mean, he's great for La Liga. He's been great when he's gone out on loan. He's won stuff.
That's won Europa League, mate.
Yeah, he needs to.
He's just not physically cut out for the Premier League. But I will give credit to Oliver Skipp. I will give credit to Højbjerg. The players that don't play all the time that come in and done a really good job yesterday. And it's just a bit of a shame because I felt like if we were at full strength, I think that we would have won that. Maybe if Sonny was there or we had Basuma or Sarr.
Yeah, we're definitely lucky that you wasn't stacked with Højbjerg. I'll definitely admit that. Clara.
Hello, Clara.
With the first Superchat of the day. I don't know if you'd be like that after saying it.
Does everyone know about Clara Bitsy?
Oh, yeah. Big up Clara. Big up Clara. I'm a fan of this show. I know she is as well. Big up.
Flex did not even need to win to trigger Abbi. The preview was peak. It would have been insane had Flex in the Thai voice. Would you have said you are nobodies?
Yeah, but it didn't happen, did it, Clara?
Oh, okay.
Tap in Tobes is already in.
Tobes is in.
Spending the money.
Thanks for the contribution, Tap in Tobes.
Morning, Tobes.
Classic Flex with the bigger club shtick. You knew what Abbi meant.
Thank
Mate,
you.
I'm just saying. She said something and I just wasn't sure, so I posed the question to the table. If you're triggered by that.
No, but the next bit. Read the next bit because I want to bring this up.
Anything less from someone who called Garnacho a world-class talent.
That was
outrageous.
Wild.
Yeah. Why'd you say that?
Flexington.
I said it for a lot of reasons.
Brother.
Flexington.
Yeah.
Flexington.
One, I said a talent. A talent means like he may fulfill it, he may not. It depends what he does.
But everyone,
he does what is.
Have you heard of the term loosey-goosey?
We can say it.
A world-class.
It means that he might be able to go on to do it. It means he might not. It depends.
Do you regret?
No, I don't regret saying it. And I'll tell you why I don't regret saying it.
You're smiling.
Because I'll tell you why I don't regret saying it. I'll tell you the real reason now. I'll tell you the real reason now. This is the tap.
It's also you can say.
You think you can come into my studio, and start calling as a Spurs fan? You ain't done nothing. You ain't seen no trophies in your life. Tell me about youth academy prospects and just call my guy mid. So I got defensive and I just weren't having it.
So you went.
Absolutely.
They saw the Carling Cup in 08. They did.
Absolutely.
The right way is that he is a potentially very good player.
Absolutely. But I'll be honest.
World class.
Tobe come into my studio on some this man's mid. You are
Toby, I love
Spurs.
you.
Wait.
You are Spurs.
But be honest.
So he's not.
You want to pull back a little bit to say.
Absolutely. So he's not.
You admit that I went a bit.
Garnacho is just. I've said it many.
I call Konate horrible. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. And I called. It was on the ball in that game. He was horrible in that ball against Arsenal. But I said he was horrible in that game, and it went because I said horrible or horrendous. Yeah. It went mad. So you saying world class? Can you admit that? I went a little bit, maybe.
He's not world class. Of course he's not.
That's what you went with.
But you said
it. He's not.
But you said it.
Of course. I just told you the reason I said it.
I know,
I was just staunchly defending my guy.
You only did it.
Absolutely. Because no one's coming in my yard. Do you let people come in your yard and disrespect you and your players?
Yeah, you've done that quite a few times.
Well, you don't let me. Exactly.
You just do it.
Exactly. You don't let it. It just happens. So yeah, no. Toby don't get to come in with a bag of average players that he's got and had in his pastime and tell me how to identify talent because I ain't listened to a Spurs fan about that. That's what that was about. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, why don't we talk about your current
Jordan
squad?
says Nottingham Forest have back-to-back Champions League massive club. Have your club got that? I'm just reading the super chat. Jordan, Abbi says it's not about Forest.
Do you want me to get up the trophies that we've actually won?
No.
Okay, because we have actually won trophies. We've won European Cups as well, so go and check your facts. Anyway,
what year was that?
A long time ago.
Okay.
Man United,
shall we talk about United? Because when we talk about talent,
yeah.
I mean, there's not much talent.
We saw
Connie Mainu is literally your best hope.
We saw Rasmus Højlund ras into the top corner. You said you were swearing at him, so he must have done something right.
No,
and he got a goal and assist as well.
Spurs.
When everyone said that he wouldn't score and this, that, and the other. So yeah, good for him.
Yeah, I know.
To be fair, is that your 20th game? Is that your 20th Premier League game of the season?
Do you know what? Lightning does strike. Lightning will strike once or twice.
Yeah, Man United perspective, it's very, very simple. I said it, and actually, a lot of Man United fans, me and KG argued over this, actually. He was like, no, it's not all bad, this, that, and the other. I said, I'm not having that. I'm not having that. That Spurs team is dead on paper. Højbjerg and Skip are pony.
That is a brilliant. There's a super chat here. Mainu is slow. Skip ran circles around him.
Mainu's not slow. He just did you see the gap that he had to cover?
He's got Eriksen next to him.
He had Christian Eriksen next to him with no mobility and about 100 yards to cover. That's how I know you don't know ball. He's not slow. He just had about 100 yards to cover, which not even Prime Kante couldn't cover.
Obviously, Skip just ran circles. That Oliver Skip that you.
Clara says, of course.
You battered, yeah.
Kante will cover it.
Which is why I'm saying. No, I didn't say that. What I said is...
Rather than a take back from the other day.
Yeah. I said that Kobbie Mainoo would be the best midfielder on the pitch.
We weren't, because Oliver Skip ran.
Exactly, and you said you'd win 2-0 and you didn't.
Ratted.
You literally were so rude about
Oliver Skip packet of...
Yeah, Oliver Skip's crap. You told me he'd be an England team. He's shit.
You also said Gun
Is Skip good?
World class.
Is Skip good?
It was good yesterday.
Is Skip good?
Oliver Twist.
Do you want him to start your game every game?
No.
Wow.
Do you want him sold?
No, I don't mind him being there.
You like him?
I'm happy.
Is he going to get in the England team still?
No.
Is he better than Bellingham? Is he better than Rice?
No.
Is he better than Henderson?
No.
Oh. So he's not going to get in the England team. Why is he not going to get in the England team then?
Let's talk about going.
No. Why is he not going to get in the England team? Why is he not going to get in the England team?
It's not good enough.
All right, cool.
Right, carry on.
Right, are you ready? Clara's got something for you.
All right, cool, we're back.
Clara says, of course, Abbi wants to be patient when it comes to the road run-up they signed from Forest. However, she will slander Martinelli, Mudryk, Hoyland,
You dare talk about
and would mock
Martinelli.
Rashford for feeding kids. You did mock Rashford for feeding kids.
Did you?
Yes, you did.
Did you, Abbi?
I did not. How dare you?
That's what you did. Run the tape back.
How dare you?
Run the tape back.
He said Rashford. He said he's going to serve it up on a plate. I said what, like school dinner?
That's a low blow.
Bit of a dig, innit?
What? I commend him for what he's done on the pitch.
No, you're mocking it.
No, I didn't. Run the tape back.
I don't want us to miss out on the very important analysis of Manchester
I'm
United.
trying to do it. I'm trying. Yeah.
You're deflecting.
Mate, I've been trying to do it.
For me,
I've been trying to do it.
I've seen a lot of people saying that.
Don't let him deflect him.
You know, Man United have injuries, and why is anybody bringing up Tottenham's injuries, but you're not United's injuries? It's because the way that you played that game in the second half, you were poor. Like, in terms of, you should be able to, with Kobbie Mainoo and Eriksen, you should be able to keep the ball a lot better than that. Defensively, I wasn't expecting them to be able to cover the ground, but that's why you got to try to keep the ball. You've got technical midfielders there that should be able to pass between them. It felt like the game passed them by. I'm looking at Højbjerg and Skip, two players that no one really rates. They're able to ping it and pop it about. It's all about the manager. System,
because this is what I'm saying, and this is the real truth of it, of why me and KG disagreed, and some people. I feel like at Man United, it's like there's so many things that are wrong, which there is, but as soon as you start honestly talking about the manager and some of the things he may not be doing well, people just deflect. And people don't want to have like a conversation as to what Ten Hag is doing well versus what he isn't doing well, which is a lot of things right now. And I'm not having that Spurs team come in with all of those key players missing out. We've got injuries, yeah, so what? But the system and how I watch Spurs play with my own eyes in front of me, with them doing the same routines and the same patterns versus ours, it's chalk and cheese. It's chalk and cheese. And that is a big issue. The fact that Man United, we were waiting for moments, we were waiting for transitions, which I understand were transitional. We did it against Villa, I understand that. But the second half, like you said, was absolutely awful. Once Spurs scored after, was it 50 seconds of the second half, they were again just in cruise control. And it isn't the fact that Skip's a fantastic technical player. It isn't the fact that Højbjerg's unbelievable. It's the fact that, like you say, Ange Postecoglou has got a system, even whereby players who are inferior in quality still stick to the principles, so that they will find themselves with space and time and easier decisions to make on the ball. Oliver Skip didn't do anything amazing. No. He didn't nutmeg people. He didn't get on a half term and wriggle out of challenges. The system allowed him to make sure that he was always one pass away from knowing what he needed to do. Pedro Porro caused us massive problems by being high and inverted. Same with Udogie on the same side. Rashford didn't know what to do half the time in terms of going back with Porro. He was trying to cheat to stay high, and then that just wasn't working. Set pieces, Pedro Porro's delivery was so good that he takes them from both sides, and you can see why. We've got this shit zonal marking all the time.
For years,
You've been waiting for it.
and years, we have not been able to take a set piece, a corner, anything. And it is mad that we score from corners.
We're bad at
I was every single corner that when it went for a corner, every single time.
Taking your corners.
No, it's Bruno.
Bruno taking.
And he can't beat the fucking first man. It's pathetic. And Eriksen took a couple as well, and he couldn't beat the first man. It's something that is awful with us. And then what I want to get to is the defending of the set pieces. Now, Kobbie Mainoo's been caught out quite a few times by just getting pinned, this hustle and bustle.
He was marking. Kobbie Mainoo was marking.
It's zonal marking.
Exactly.
One of their tallest. I forgot who it was. Sorry, against Villa. Against you guys. They mismatched his pairing, in my opinion.
But it's zonal. Zonal is just if someone comes in your space, then get active. If no one takes accountability, I want my big centre. If you're Raphael Varane and you're Evans, you need to either be man marking or going on their best. Because half the time, your best headers aren't even getting anywhere near the attempted clearance because it's not going to them.
And it also feels like they've got a run on them as well.
Yeah, and it happened every single time Spurs made a cross, even from open play, but definitely from set pieces.
It's a really old-fashioned style of marking. Zonal marking. I hate it. When you look at the centre, obviously our centre backs, Mickey van der Ven is 6 foot something. So Romero really tall as well. You've got Richarlison. So like you're saying with the match.
I think Mainoo was with Romero, and it was just it was a mismatch.
I looked at how Richarlison managed to get on the ball, and I mean, he just looked bigger than everyone else that was in and around him, and just had the time and the space to do it.
Romero hit the bar; he could have scored.
Yeah, Romero hit the bar.
Yep. Are you not worried though, Flex, as well, just before you go to that comment there, that you took the lead twice, and it never looked like in that game, even when because remember all the goals were pretty much done at 46 minutes. There was never going to be another goal after that. No. That is that's
why I'm disappointed. That's why my thing. I'm disappointed not having it outside Old Trafford. Some people are like. There's this thing where people go, well, me and KG do it all the time. KG's like, yeah, but you know what we are? We're shit. So it's like, but I'm like, nah. When I see it, I'm not just dropping the standard and being like, yeah, well, I know McTominay can't do this. It's not good enough. Like, we should be playing better than that for the resources that we have. And do I believe that we're one Martinez return away or one Casemiro return away from being a fantastic footballing side? No, I don't. Like, Leach is going to come in and help us because he's a good player. He is. Casemiro, before he went out, he was fucking running with a parachute on his back.
Yeah,
like, so what, is he going to come in now and all of a sudden everything's fixed? And I'm happy he's coming back. Luke Shaw, same thing. Like, we've had the players there, Mason Mount. So I'm just saying, like, it's okay as Man United fans to discuss the manager and what he's doing. It doesn't make you a bad fan. It doesn't make you, oh, you're not backing the manager, or you're forgetting about Ineos, or you're forgetting about this, or you're forgetting about that. Look at the conversation. I'm looking at Unai Emery took over Aston Villa when they were in a relegation zone. I'm looking at Eddie Howe, decimated with injuries. Yes, they've fallen off, but they're still competing in games. We'll get to the City Newcastle
and they haven't spent what you've spent.
Exactly. I'm looking at Ange Postecoglou with players like Emerson Royale, Skip, Højbjerg, Ben Davis. Went to the Etihad and got a 3-3. Do you think Man United in their wildest dreams would be able to do that with or without players? And that's a conversation for the manager. Not they're just not fit enough.
I think what it comes down to when I look at them two teams is the belief in what's going on at the club. Because you've got you said about Spurs, that everyone fits into the system. He adapts it. Everyone's ready to run through brick walls for him. Everyone's ready to sacrifice themselves for him, and everyone's ready to work hard and do the best for the manager. I don't see that in Man United. No. They don't believe in what he's laying out.
I totally agree. I don't think they've got that belief whatsoever at United. I think it's a lot of individuals and not really a team.
Yeah.
And I would also say that I find it quite. I mean, I don't care. I'm not a United fan, but I find it worrying when I look at your style of play yesterday. You're at home, and I could have been watching.
Well, what is it?
I could have been watching Conte football yesterday.
I said to you before I think I would rather Conte ball because it's actually more identifiable, and you know exactly what they're going to do.
But it looked like
us as a mixed match everything because the first 10-15 minutes we're being aggressive, we're being on the front foot, we're starting fast. We've done that loads of games. Then there's like periods where we just do nothing. Then there's periods where we are in a low block. Then there's periods where some people go try press, but other people don't. Hence why you get the big gaps like that.
It was mainly counter-attack football.
You don't know what it is.
That's not Manchester United. No. Counter-attack football. It's sitting back and having none of the ball, and Spurs dominating the whole game at Old Trafford. Like that's not United. Like I'm shocked that like United fans have now kind of accepted that that's how you play.
Well, that's the point. A lot of them haven't, and they're right for saying this is wrong. At the end of the day, there's a decision to be made at the end of the season because this season's going to just peter out.
Yeah.
When I look at the teams that are in the top 6 now, which is Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Villa, Spurs, and who else?
West Ham.
I think we'll get to West Ham. A lot of injuries now, maybe to say the least. But can I envisage Man United finishing higher than a Spurs, higher than a Villa, higher than any of Liverpool, Arsenal?
You might finish higher than Chelsea.
Maybe they might just pip it. But
you're part of the mafia bosses.
It's not that good.
The mid-table mafia.
You wanted to say something about?
I want to say something just about Rashford's celebration.
Yeah.
Is that him? Talking about the haters and they're talking too much. Is that? I don't know. There's, we're on platforms and we have things to say at times. But I don't know. You see him knee slide doing this as he scores.
His first
goal at Old Trafford this season, I think.
He's talking about the talkers, chatting. I just want to get your thoughts. As a United fan, I just want to get your thoughts on it, Flex. Because, Rashford.
Obviously, from classic Wenger thing, where I was sitting, I couldn't see. I didn't see him do that. I was on the side, so I didn't see.
But you've seen. But do you want me to? Okay, so you've seen it. So he
runs,
he scores, he slides. Doing this.
Yeah. It's as simple. Do you know what? It's as simple as well as, and I spoke about this on the morning show. It's right there, so someone will just clip it and say, "Flex should see it." I said it today. You look at it's indicative when someone's in euphoric moment, of scoring a goal. What they do can sometimes be very telling of like how they really feel because it's that split kind of moment in it where you just let yourself go a bit. So Højlund, his thing is relief. oh my God, everyone, sort of blowing kisses to the Stretford and thanks for staying by me. Come on, he's doing this. For Rashford to do that in that moment,
mad.
It is that. It is that sort of I'm not gonna say petulance, but sort of like it's getting to him. It's getting to him, the criticism that has come his way. He's clearly saying, keep talking. Whether that's to his own fans, whether that's to rival fans, whatever it is, that is Marcus's way of saying, I'm hearing everything you lot are saying, I've just scored, hold that. What I would say is that the criticism that Marcus Rashford has faced, I think, has been completely justified because his performances have not been up to scratch from where they were last season. What I will also say is you can do that, and that's fine, but then go on for the rest of the 75 minutes to have a great game, which you did not. You was appalling again.
Well, no, I think when you get to that point, you've got to go on for the rest of the season.
Well, and that, but the bare minimum though, is the rest of the game.
The thing is,
doing that in the game.
A footballer's way of answering a crowd should be to put the performances on the pitch. You know what I mean? Forget about what everyone's saying. You should be able to distance yourself. You're a professional player. To go like this, if he doesn't do it for the next 5 games, that's going to get louder and louder.
And then you're just going to get memes. Then you're going to get angry again. It's like Harry Maguire when he was getting the stick and he scored against Malta or Liechtenstein or something.
We had the same thing with Kai Havertz shushing fans after getting his first goal in like 10 games.
It just shows that there's discontent there, and I didn't quite like it when I look back. I'm not even one of these guys who likes to, he didn't smile so it means this, or some people's persona. If you looked at Berbatov for his whole career, that's just some people's personas.
Unnecessary negativity in a moment of positivity. You need to bring the whole place up. As soon as these people are getting ecstatic and you're doing it, you're just bringing the place down for no reason other than to satisfy your own ego.
And also, that's your first goal at home since May.
Yeah,
exactly. So it's not like
you've done this before. And
January
people are giving you unfair criticism. The criticism has been just. So for you to then go around doing that,
If anything, I want to see him just do the same thing. Stay tapped in. That's what you did last year when you came back from the bad season.
Should be apologising. Should be saying sorry. I'm sorry that I've been so bad. Thanks for sticking by me.
Maybe some people didn't stick by him, but there you go. All right, let's move on. Let us know what you guys think. We have got over 4,000 people watching live.
Get the likes up, guys.
Exactly. Where are we at likes? I'll tell you what. It is a disgrace and a cheat, as Ty would say. 428. And over 4,000 people watching live. Let's get that to 1,000 likes, guys. Let's do that ASAP. Clara says, I know we said that one. GB says, as a neutral, Spurs are so disrespected by rivals. The whole history thing is played out. I believe this new manager they have will cook rivals are salty. And like you said, when you ask what the expectation is, what do you think he'll do? Do you think he'll win trophies, do everything? Sky's the limit. That's it.
Fucking limit.
I think we're being fair though about your Come on, 2008. Blockbusters was open them days. Like, come on, man. Like, Instagram wasn't created. Like, come on. It's just a lot. There's loads. I can go way back. I think Kylian Mbappe was in primary school. Like, there's so many. 2008. That's a long time ago.
And by the way, can I just say that was us that gave them that. Remember that final, Woodgate?
Yeah.
But yet they don't appreciate. They don't.
So I'm not. I know that it is a dig. I understand, but we're not where you are right now. It's looking
Everyone
good.
Everyone is very
to wait and see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's been 6 months. Like,
one
if
silverware
to the end of the season,
2008.
At no point have I sat here and said that. I've not said we're going to win the league. I've not said that.
No, I know that.
I do think that under Ange, I do think we'll be successful.
Okay, then let's wait.
What that looks like remains to be seen. But what he has done in the last 6 months, when you think about how I was here last year,
saying I'm not going.
The state I was in.
We had it with Ollie. We were really happy.
The last thing we want, right?
The state I was in last year, the state this football club was in last year. 6 months, what he has done, you have to give.
100%.
Any other
but Ollie got a new contract out of this sort of stuff.
If he's at Villa and he's the manager, everyone's raving.
The thing is that we have to be very careful. We never know when a Barcelona might sack a manager and they might tap on a Postecoglou's door and say, hey, you're doing a good job. You want to come manage over here?
It's funny because
so just be careful.
Madrid.
It's no guarantees that you'll win anything under him.
Tapped on Poch's shoulder when he was at us and chose to stay. So I hope he gives you the same amount of loyalty in case anyone.
They won't be tapping on his door.
All I need,
I
need to return that game against Middlesbrough. And win a Bandulu game against Liverpool on penalties, and that's it. You're finished.
Yeah, let's just wait and see.
It's game over. I retire.
Mohammed says Abbi was 0 for saying kids meal and Rashford. Flex has a right to be upset. And I'm very upset.
That's a low. I'll be real. That is a low blow.
It is a low blow. There's no need for that. Cecil, you need to show more respect when chatting about Konate.
Yes.
No. Listen. In the game, I've got the highlights.
What's this
You're
Saliba
disgusting.
Konate beef that I'm seeing? What? They can't coexist. What?
Exactly. I don't know. Because Konate probably starts ahead of Saliba in this national team.
He does.
What, in the French team?
He's a better centre.
Yeah, he does.
Chill out.
Yeah, but they should play together.
It just hurts.
I'm not.
He's been the best in the world, but can I
Show, yeah. I love watching it. When you're here, shut up.
It's intense.
Whoa. Anyway,
Wow.
but yeah.
Aggressive, man.
In the game, on the
Not how we
ball.
speak to each other here, sir.
Not on this. This is
There's
a
banter and then there's
polite
being rude.
table.
Yeah, this isn't a watch along.
No, this is we come in peace with each other on this.
Telling me to shut up, shut up. Really just-
Okay.
Do you know what? I'm normally together. We didn't play this. We were supposed to be together.
I don't know why Cecil's confused. You two just cook.
Yeah, you two got
cussing each other for like
And you're
half
trying
an
to put
hour.
on me.
It's a family, okay?
What you say fuck me for?
I'm in the group. I'm here. Don't piss me off. I said in that game on the ball, I've got the highlights. He wasn't great. Yes, he got man of the match. I get that. Trent should have got it, by the way. But on the ball, he wasn't great in that game. But yes, I'm aware how good Konate is. But the whole beef is because of.
Because you want.
We rate Saliba, and rightly so.
You want Saliba to be what Konate
No,
is.
don't dare. Don't. Oh, Abby. Oh. Where's Clara? Clara, yeah? We'll chat because we need to get.
Joseph says, let's move on.
Joseph.
Joseph says, at the end of the day, Spurs failed to do what Palace and Bournemouth did at Old Trafford. Ange hype is over the top.
True, we didn't win. True.
As Roy Keane said, mate, it just didn't win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't get Roy Keane's narrative because
he's just doing the travel.
Roy
he
Keane's
sees that
narrative,
he
yes, I
sees that Manchester United are not hitting the standards that he
Yeah.
was as a player. He sees the players are not performing to the level that he did as a player.
Yeah.
But yet he's settling for the result
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
forgetting
he's
about the
blind.
long.
He doesn't mean it.
Forgetting about the long term.
He's just upset that his team didn't win.
Yeah, he's just doing
No, but
That's Tottenham, by the way.
He did say something crazy though. He said about Rashford. He said like he's had a brilliant game, and he was waxing lyrical over Rashford. I was like, apart from the goal, you mentioned it as well. Listen. We know I'm got tired of Rashford. He didn't have a good game. Didn't have a good game apart from the goal.
Clara's
So
used that one before. She's used that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Well, there's nothing wrong with reusing good
but
lyrics.
Rinse and
get
repeat. Yeah,
some new
100%.
lyrics.
read it loud, please.
Carl says-
read out.
She's used this one before.
Carl says United fans need to realise it's no longer the 2000s, it's not the noughties. Premier League teams are financially bettered nowadays, hence more competitive. It's no longer a two-team league. No, it's a one-team league because City flipping running away with it every year.
Well, at the minute, we don't know whether finances make a difference, because
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll be talking about that
Yeah,
soon.
exactly. Clara says,
About being deducted points.
Abby, don't worry about the future. At present, you have more silverware on your fingers than Spurs in the last 15 years.
She
Just get
definitely.
new
That's the
material.
truth,
Just
though.
get- she's used it, hasn't
She did use that one.
Just
to
get
be
new
fair.
But is it
material.
the truth,
That's all I
though?
ask. Keep
She
giving
did
the
use
super
that
chats.
But is it a
Maybe
fact?
she keeps
Is it a
saying it because it's
fact,
the
though?
truth.
Is it a fact?
And as until such points as it changes.
When have I ever sat here, stood here and denied it? I haven't. I haven't. We've underperformed massively in terms of
Congrats,
trophies.
though, man.
We've also had more managers than we've had
Trophies.
probably trophies
Well,
probably in our entire
there's
history.
a lot of things.
Okay.
We've literally had 15
a lot.
Let's
managers.
move it on. Let's move it on. Let's go to Chelsea.
Let's go to Chelsea.
Why are you so
I
excited
need
to get
to
to
talk
Chelsea?
about Malo Gusto because him and I had a
should've
row
been a red card.
about it. It is a red card
100%.
all day long.
Go on, do your rebuttal. Wait, listen to Matisse's rebuttal. Listen to his rebuttal.
If you've played the game, which you have, yeah,
I have.
right. I'm about to go into full Roy Keane mode. If you've played the game,
Have you?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. Have
At
you?
Sunday League level for Lewisham Youth with Joe Gomez. We're not with him before he got there. I was there after he got there.
Oh.
Sean Wright Phillips came from that academy as well. So
What happened to you?
very good team. What happened to me? I'm blind. Next
Why
question.
can't you contact?
Next question. Contacts.
Carry on,
I ain't putting them in. I ain't
carry on.
putting them in to be a bench
Okay,
player.
so if you played the game,
If you played the game, you
At
understand.
elite level, yeah?
If you've played the game at an elite level,
Here we go.
right, you understand that tackle had no malice in it,
You
right,
are a disgrace,
and
Matisse.
it was not intentionally.
You are a disgrace. You are a disgrace.
And you
You-
have the audacity.
It was
when
out
you
of
have
control.
Romero in your squad.
That's what I was going to say. You
to
do
try
No, but
and
this is why I
tell
don't like what
me-
you're doing because you do every week.
Yeah, but
you,
that's because he's
No,
a
no.
bad man.
No.
That's because he's a bad man.
No.
bad man or
And
bad
what they said in the
man.
and hold on, let me finish.
Bad dot
Because what
man.
they said in the
Bad dot man.
analysis was right after the game. Actually, it was a strong yellow, but it wasn't a red. And the referee, hold on,
What's a
and
strong
the and
yellow?
the
Never heard of
referee.
strong
It's
yellow.
like an
The
orange.
orange?
It's like an orange.
Yeah, I've never heard of strong yellow.
And the referee knows that Malo Gusto is not a bad guy.
Oh my God.
So because
sorry.
of that,
God.
he
I'm sorry.
didn't
I'm
give
gonna
him a
kill it.
red because he knows that it wasn't
Right.
intentional, and you have to manage the personalities.
So it's a-
Romero's a bad man, so that's why. That's
bad.
why.
That's a track record.
He got a track
Yeah.
record.
Right.
That's why he got sent off many
May
times.
I? Basuma, okay, on Yates, Nottingham Forest, red card.
Awful, yeah.
Okay.
And And for Liverpool fans, I'd like to say Curtis Jones should never have been sent off, so please side with me.
Don't try and get allies.
Romero, okay. Romero in the Chelsea game gets the ball, but got the man. Sent off.
Nearly killed the man.
Malo Gusto sent off for the exact same challenge.
What did Flex say?
Shut up.
That was his friend.
What
would he do to you?
What did he do? Malo Gusto got sent off the exact same challenge against Aston Villa, I think 2 months ago. That challenge is a red card all day long. When it's slowed down, it's even worse. And there was another one that should have been given as a red a couple of weeks ago. The one on Kulusevski. There was one on Kulusevski a few weeks ago that didn't get given, and it should have been whoever. I can't remember who we were playing, but it should have been given. It was a red card. So if Basuma does that, what Gusto did the other day, it's a red card. If Romero does that, it's a red card.
I'm not.
But that's not a red card.
No,
it is a red card all day long, and I couldn't believe it when I watched it about 3 or 4 times. I watched it about 3 or 4 times, and I thought, how has that gone to VAR? They've slowed it down, and also that's not a red card.
72%
because he's not a bad man.
With you.
It is a red card.
It's not a bad man. That's a red card.
It's a disgrace.
It was out of control.
Yeah.
It was, and I played
reckless.
in today's game. Today's
card.
game, Matisse. I think he knows as well.
This might be a red.
It is a red.
You know that was a red.
He watched me this morning. He went, "It's not a red. It's strong."
Seriously,
it's out of control.
Is it a red card?
Let's talk about the game.
Yeah, let's talk about the game.
Just admit that it's a red card.
Let's talk about the game.
Just admit it's a red card. Just admit it's not happening now. There's no retrospect to that.
Same with AGT. He wouldn't admit a red card.
Yeah, it's a red card. Just admit. I know how it feels right now. We know what everyone's like.
No, honestly, I didn't even talk about it in my match reaction. I didn't think it was.
I bet you didn't.
Point.
I bet you didn't. I bet you just skipped past it.
I didn't think it was a worthy
Of course you
point.
didn't talk about it in your match reaction.
Just like I didn't talk about how you guys got dominated on the ball, because I was like, it's just normal, right? So
was it a red card?
You weren't blind in that moment. Was it a red card?
Cole Palmer, fair play for standing up and taking that penalty after midweek. Really missed a lot of chances.
Yeah, it's
just talking about the game. Just talking about the game, right? Talking about the game. Little step forward, better build-up play. Finally, Enzo actually getting on the ball, getting touches, showing his range of passing. A lot of people were saying that he's, shouldn't be in the side. John Joe Shelby and whatnot.
So give away the ball.
And they want to build the team around Gallagher. Gallagher didn't do anything in this game, and I was quite disappointed to see.
Hit the post, mate.
Yeah, he hit the post. That was all he did, right? That was all he did. Similar to what you just said to Rashford a minute ago. Now, Gallagher's got his credit this season, but that was an Enzo and Caicedo should have been highlighted more as a proper performance. And I feel like there's a little bit of a narrative building where people are getting very lazy with Chelsea, where every single game we're just going to just talk about Gallagher. Match of the day, we're talking about Gallagher. Joe Cole on BT Sport, we're going to talk about Gallagher. Gallagher was not.
Sounds like you want him sold.
No, listen, I don't want him sold in January.
Sounds like you want another 100%.
I don't want him sold in January. Hold on a second.
That's what it sounds like.
I don't want him sold. I don't want him sold in January. However, I've said it before. That should not be your best midfielder if you're going anywhere serious. And
speak to Caicedo.
Hold on a second.
He
in the 10 in that game did not provide or produce anything that a 10 needs to provide or produce against a low block. And the sooner people start bringing in a bit of balance on the analysis when we talk about these things, then the further we can go now in terms of, okay, what profile do we need? In Nkunku, Carney could have maybe done something in that game to help us create more clear-cut chances instead of just going on the lazy narrative that, he put the work in and that means he was the best midfielder today. He wasn't. Enzo Fernandez deserves some flowers. For all of the criticism, Chelsea spent this much money on Caicedo and Enzo. Caicedo's been playing pretty well recently and Enzo played very well in that game. I just want to give them their flowers. He's very lazy.
In the chat has called him Enzonzi.
No, I don't give a damn what he said. I don't care. I don't care. I don't mind.
I really liked it.
I don't mind.
Conor Gallagher is the perfect Poch player. So as long as Conor Gallagher is there, he will always start.
He can play some games, not all games though. That game wasn't for him.
Was it a convincing win for you? Was you happy with what was going on?
It was 1-0. 1-0's never convincing because all it takes is one mistake in the back line and you've conceded an equaliser.
He's scored quite a few pens, hasn't he?
That's all he's done. Basically.
What, do you want him to miss them?
No, I just remember when it was Bruno, everyone used to say pens.
Oh my God,
yeah, Bruno's a bad footballer at times.
Yeah,
right? Did you see the flicks did you see the nice little flicks and tricks from Palmer? You know what academies come through, right? Are you saying he's a bad footballer?
I didn't say that.
Are you saying he's a bad footballer?
I'm just saying he scored a lot of pens. I think he's good.
Are you saying he's a bad footballer?
He's wicked.
No, he's just pen Palmer.
Okay. He's brilliant. Well, who's going to take the pens? Someone's got to put them in, right? Who takes your pens?
Son.
Does he score them?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he's only really scored. He's only taken like 2. It was Kane.
I don't think we've had a penalty this season. I don't think we have.
Woe is me! Woe is me!
I think it's one.
Oh yeah.
Had one penalty. You got a penalty over
but Matisse, did it feel you were actually, Matisse? Actually, I want to ask you this.
Yeah, man. Top half of the table as well, man.
Because I know we had a truce, right? But like Cecil's saying there, top half of the table quite comfortably. No, it's true.
Chelsea moved up to 8th, but then they went back down to 9th.
So in the table, obviously you are, what is it? One loss in the last 5. So you're building confidence. What was that? The 4th home win in a row, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, building some confidence.
Yeah, I'm
pushing for Europe now. Building.
That's good, man.
The minimum from the season, and it's still underperforming for me with no Europe, is Europa League, and the 6th place for West Ham is there, as in like reaching distance for all the teams in that group. I don't think you can say that you're going to catch a Tottenham and an Arsenal or anything like that. So that's the group.
So is it us, you,
Brighton, Newcastle, West Ham, and
that's
as good as it's going to get, because the fixtures coming up are still going to be drop points. We got Arsenal, we got all the top teams coming up, so I know we're going to drop points. So. Yeah, listen, I'm not gonna get carried away. It's decent, but we got a lot of catching up to do. We're way behind.
40 still going
40 points. Yeah.
Is it still that, or is it no?
That's just tongue in cheek, but it is until we get it.
Well, I'm with you.
Yeah. So. Tottenham, you got that in it. You got 40 points. Yeah.
We're staying up.
That's what we want. 40 points.
Arsenal bang on 40.
3 wins. I think it's 3 wins for 40 points. Yeah.
5 points up top.
Nicky, it's Chelsea.
Not having it. Not having them.
Finish above you.
Maybe, yeah, but
that's a good bet.
No, I'm not making a bet. It's just David Moyes. David Moyes. David Moyes.
Now you're going to war with little old West Ham. Is that what
I'm not going to war.
Nicky,
you're going to war with Brighton.
Take the bet. I beg you, take the bet.
If we had spent £1 billion and they're telling me we're going to finish above West Ham,
No. If you'd listened, I said it's still a disappointment, but that is all we can do.
West Ham are 6th, Matisse.
They are, and that is Europa League football.
And you're giving £120 million
and if you finish 5th,
players
you also
flowers
get
for having
Europa
won
League
the
football.
game.
Above United. That should be your
Jesus
bar.
Christ.
United are literally 1 point ahead of us. Why would that? Well, it's not an achievement to finish ahead of them. Did you see this man's review? They're not good. I've been saying it all year.
But he's disappointed.
Yeah, but of course he is, because his team are bad. Right?
But so are yours.
Exactly. And Moyes
We're above. Wait.
West Ham.
Why does no one not know this? West Ham are 6th. They're 1 point ahead of us. If they had lost, if Tottenham had Kulusevski, we would be ahead of United on goal difference. I don't think you guys understand the landscape of the league. This is what we're on.
I think
all it took was a couple players to be fit for Abbi, and it's finitoed. And you gave me cash, and you know it. Why are you looking at me like that for? You gave me money.
Wait there,
you know what the situation is.
I'm talking about West Ham.
Yeah,
I'm saying
so you think you're going to finish higher?
Bro,
I'm saying that Shameless saying we're going to finish higher.
Hold on a second.
So
We've spent our money, right? And I know that West Ham have got good players. People would take Kudus. People would take Bowen. People would take Paqueta. People would take Alvarez. People would take Zoot. Like, they've got good players.
Yeah.
I'm paying respect.
But
you have also spent money. You got to finish ahead of them too. That's your target.
But you just said.
Calma. Brother, is he going to finish ahead of Tottenham? Yes, us. We can go no further. That's as high as it gets.
Didn't you just say you're going to finish higher?
No, I didn't say we're going to. I said
we're going to finish higher than you.
The target is 6th. That's what I said. That's the target. They're in the group.
That's not what you said.
No. You guys are not listening. I said the target is West Ham. They're in 6th. That's as high as we can go. West Ham are like, what, 6 points ahead of us or something like that?
So do you think you're going to finish higher than them?
I don't know.
Oh, but
we're shit.
You just said you finished higher
money on the table and said you
just said to Nicky, we'll finish higher than you.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
That's exactly
the whole reason why we're saying this to you is going,
no,
you spent $1 billion, you're happy you're going to finish above Little
No, I think I've been misinterpreted.
No, you have not.
No, you have not. Don't go anywhere. I think I've been misinterpreted.
Don't go anywhere.
We will run it back.
Yeah, run that back.
Make sure we
people in the comments, am I going mad? Because
I didn't say that. Check the comments. I didn't say that.
You did say
that. I said that's the group, and we need to finish top of that group. Why would I say we're going to finish ahead of West Ham?
Who is more shameless in the chat?
Why would I say that?
Abbi is winning at 30%, 18% for Flex, 25% for Matisse, and 26% for Expressions. See, you're out in front there with the shamelessness. That is what you want to see. Maybe Matisse might start winning it now, because that little episode you just had there.
That was mad.
I think you're going to watch that back and feel really disappointed in yourself.
Yeah, you need to have
watching it back.
Medicine or something.
All I did was ask Nicky what he was singing about Chelsea, and you just got triggered. I think that's what happened.
Where do you think West Ham will finish this season?
Above you.
It's tight group. Maybe David Moyes will get manager of the year. Maybe he'll be sacked. I don't know, Nicky.
So.
You tell me.
I don't think so.
But back to it. It started off with Nicky saying, I ain't having them. And then Matisse just went on a mad.
I'm just not.
Yeah,
I'm just not having it. Look, there's a lot of bedding in to do at Chelsea. It's just a lot of work to be done. I think even in the next 2 seasons, this season and next season, I just can't see them doing much. You know what I mean? I can't. They'll have good results. They'll have bad results. They'll have good results. But this will go on for a little while. Yeah, I can't see them sort of lighting up and getting any consistency in the next couple of years even.
Cecil, before we move on to Newcastle City, because I feel like with the ones at the table, you're most maybe affected by that. I want to see what you think. We all got our own thoughts on what we saw. But just to finish off on Chelsea, Matisse saying, I'm not getting too carried away. 6th is their ceiling, etc.
Finish it.
Could they could they slip back to old habits and finish lower than that, or is he right?
They're not out of old habits.
Yeah, I don't see.
4 wins out of the last 5. They've been a bit
same as you guys when you went on that run.
Yeah, exactly.
Unconvincing.
I don't see it getting better. I don't think you can buy more people in January to fix things. I don't think if you have your injured players returning, it's going to change much. I don't see it. I think there's problems at Chelsea. I don't see you going on a crazy run and then coming back into top. Or you said 6th.
Yeah, it's as good as it gets.
That is the ceiling.
That would be amazing if you
our ceiling too. You're right.
Yeah.
He is right about that. In that little crop of teams there, we ain't gonna.
Do you know what
the
weirdest thing? The weirdest thing about that game, the other day, they're promoting this film called Argyle or something.
Them geezers were just standing there.
All sitting there behind the dugout. It was the weirdest thing, like brushing their teeth. It was weird, and it's because Todd Bowley basically owns the production company for Argyle.
How did that make you feel, Matisse?
I don't know if that's true, but I don't care.
No, it's
I've got
true.
bigger problems. I've got bigger fish to fry. You know when you're in the mud, you don't have time to think about the insects in the mud. You're in the mud.
But this is what football. I remember when we was in a relegation battle.
Pochettino said something happened pre-kickoff.
He's talking about. I think he's talking about Fofana. I think what a car crash.
I remember being in a relegation battle when our chairman owned the company that produced the film, and all the players go, "Have you seen Rise of the Craze yet? It's brilliant." And all that, like from their personal Twitter accounts. Like
you're in a relegation battle.
We're in a relegation battle. Yeah.
It's not great.
I don't see it getting any better for Chelsea.
Okay.
It's not sad because I hate Chelsea, but like you guys were like. I remember when you won Champions League, won a Club World Cup. That wasn't too long ago. If you really think about it.
Do you remember that?
No, I do. It pains me, but like I just think like you got. Yeah, but I remember. But look where you are now.
Who scored that goal? Who rounded the keeper? What happened in Baku?
Move on. Because but look where you are now, and look where it's going. There's light at the end of our tunnel. Where's your light?
Brother.
All right.
My light is on the highlights reel.
Okay.
Highlights.
Speaking of light, Kevin De Bruyne was a ray of sunshine and a ray of light.
Did you miss him?
You're a United fan. You're talking very highly of your rival.
Mate, this is a neutral show. It's called DR Sports, not United View, mate. It's my job. I'm the mediator. I'm
very happy to talk about Kevin De Bruyne.
Talk about the games, mate. Have I got to talk about the games or not?
You do indeed.
Have I got to talk about what happened or not? Was Kevin De Bruyne sensational or was he not?
A ray of sunshine.
Well, that's what he was, mate. I was just doing a little segue from light into Kevin De Bruyne. I thought it was good. I thought it was good broadcasting, actually. No, but seriously, obviously Newcastle 2, Man City 3. Kevin De Bruyne masterclass, goal and assist. Oscar Bob, fantastic feat, well taken finish from him. A game that had a lot. Game that had everything. Really, really exciting. But I think the main takeaway from it, what everybody is now talking about, I want to start with you as an Arsenal fan because you're in that title race. Some people think you're not.
No, you are.
No, we are.
Everyone's saying Kevin De Bruyne is him. Wow, this is it. City gonna just go off. Oh my God, it's all over.
Unbelievable. You talk about world-class talent. You said Garnacho, but you look at De Bruyne and you realise, wow, like that is.
Well, you say
what
Martinelli in that.
Well, I didn't. I never come out my mouth.
You say Odegaard.
Come out my mouth. I didn't say
big game.
Didn't come out my mouth. Didn't come out my mouth.
I ain't seen him all
World-class
season.
talent.
I saw him bigging up the wrong set of fans the other day.
Not mine. That wasn't me. That weren't me. But yeah, no, he is. De Bruyne, what can you say about him? He comes on and just controlled the game, changed the game, and they got amazing players, City, but De Bruyne is just another level. And no wonder why we're all saying it as fan bases that once he comes back in, City can go on this run. And is it Clara again?
Yeah, but she come for you this time.
Come for me. Oh, she's a Chelsea fan, isn't she?
Yeah.
Anyway, but De Bruyne, he's incredible. I think he's incredible. It annoys me that he even got a new hairstyle and he come back and still showed up, because there's some players it's all good for expressing yourself. Some players, they get hairstyles and it just goes down the pan for them. Then you just think change the colour back to normal or change your hair back. I know it's something random, it's completely left, but he comes in and he is him, Kevin De Bruyne. He is unbelievable.
So you're saying he come back brilliant because of his haircut?
Nah, it's not because of his
The way that
haircut,
he passed it into the corner.
He said it doesn't matter, even though he changed it.
He can do whatever. He can do what he wants. He can do what he wants and turn up. And he is him.
He comes into that group of players that every fan appreciates.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Every fan. And there's like, I appreciate Thierry Henry. I appreciate Zola. Appreciate Bergkamp. Even though they're rivals, but there's City have got the modern ones that I appreciate. I appreciate Yaya Toure. I thought he was fantastic. David Silva, Bernardo Silva now. That goal was...
Yeah, it was
that
good.
was unreal.
The flick was quality.
Yeah, but De Bruyne,
there's some good goals in there. De Bruyne is unbelievable. I know people criticise internationally he doesn't do it, but he is world class. Regardless, like every time he steps on a pitch and he can change a game single-handedly. Even that goal that he scored against Newcastle, he slots in that bottom corner. He did that to us at the Etihad. He just passed it.
Last season, isn't it?
He's the difference for City.
Incredible.
He's absolutely the difference for City by a mile. He is like that key cog. But I also think that City have to plan for like a future without him, because the injuries that he gets, they're not short-term injuries. He's out for 6 months at a time.
But we saw the same with Yaya Toure. We saw the same with David Silva. We saw the same with Aguero. They will plan.
No, but they need the next, whoever that is. They need the next Kevin De Bruyne or someone similar. They have to start looking at that. I think that when you see him out the team, they do struggle, and we have seen that. But now he's back. Obviously, Haaland's out till Feb. But to be fair,
why do you seem sad about that? You seem sad about that, like you support,
I'm just saying. I disagree because football goes in cycles, right?
To be fair, if you're in a title race, so are we. So
football goes in cycles.
Same points.
We never got our Lampard replacement. You never got your Giggs and Scholes replacement. I don't think they should get their De Bruyne replacement.
I'm sure you don't.
But they will.
But they will.
They let Cole Palmer go, and everyone's going 40 minutes. We just got to kick out Oscar Bob, mate. We just got another kid called Bob, who's just going to just come in and do a
Bob the Builder.
Isn't it?
Cole Palmer said he didn't even want to leave. He only wanted to go on loan.
Because they said, nah, you either stay a little bit and maybe, or like, and so he went, all right, cool. Because City are just ruthless. They're like, we will find the next one. And Oscar Bob, I'm being serious. Let's put some light on this kid, because the game before, who did he give it? He gave an assist to someone at the Etihad. I can't remember who that was.
Was it for Doku?
Yeah, I think it could have been. He played a good assist. Again, he's looking all right. To come off the bench, one thing is an amazing ball like that from Kevin De Bruyne over the top of Trippier. But to take the touch on your weaker foot, then the change of feet to just roll it in.
Ridiculous.
That's top level. Yeah. And he's a young kid coming through. Literally, when they've literally let Cole Palmer go, and now he's Chelsea's talisman. Their little side man is now Chelsea's best player. Just like that.
City do that.
Innit? For 40 million. That's what I'm saying. But then they've got a next one reloaded, ready.
That's what they did to Arsenal. Zinchenko, Jesus became the two Huddle brothers. You know what I'm saying? It happens, man.
Huddle brothers.
That's true. But I'm saying this, and this is why I'm being neutral about it. Like,
don't go anywhere.
It's testament to City of how dominant they are, that they just let these players go and all that. And then they're like...
Also, I feel like you have to give credit to Newcastle for the goals they scored.
All the goals in that game were unbelievable. On a Newcastle perspective, talk to me about that.
A Newcastle perspective, I thought the goals were brilliant. Again, it was one of those things where when you get a chance, make sure you take it, and they did exactly that. I don't know with Newcastle. I definitely don't think... I know there's a lot of conversation about Eddie Howe being sacked. I don't think he should be sacked whatsoever. No. I think they've had a very tough, difficult season in terms of the injuries that they've had. And I don't care what anyone says. It's not excuses. It is just facts. There has been a lot of injuries across a lot of teams, and that does affect the way that you perform.
And they've overachieved. They've got to where they want to do a lot quicker than what they want to.
We've said it so many times. They overachieved massively last season because of Eddie Howe, because of the players that they had. The money that they spent in the summer, a lot of it went on Tonali, and obviously they didn't do their due diligence, and that is on them. But they haven't really sold. And I was reading something about that FFP the other day, and the reason they can't bring anyone else in is because they've only sold, I think, about 20 or 21 million pounds worth of players, and 11 of that was Chris Wood. So they haven't had anyone outgoing, for them to bring in anyone else. So
they didn't have any quality in that team before the money.
They haven't, and I think that's it. I think now that they've got some players that have come back, defensively, but they do need more. And I think if they hadn't have finished in the top four last season, which I think was a stretch for them, I think probably last season would have been Europa League would have been probably the target. And then this season, if they would have finished Europa League again, they'd say that's still fine. But because they overachieved so much, people are looking like, should he be sacked?
The owner come out, one of the owners, and this was worry. I think they're trying to slow down the process because of FFP and what's going on in the game. Everton and Forest are on charges today. I don't know what's going on today, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. But they basically said, he turned around and said, they're all for sale. We can't.
Oh, Isak.
Yeah, that's why we've been linked to him.
Everyone's for
That's
sale.
why we've been linked to him.
Yeah.
Don't
Everybody for sale.
chill out. Chelsea, no, you don't. You got Jackson.
Exactly.
They're all for sale. Everybody's
You got
for sale.
Jesus.
Bruno Guimaraes is for sale. He said because we literally
spent too much
we've
money.
spent too much money, and
We're saying they got their price if someone comes.
there has to be a price on everyone.
That's why we've been linked to Isak
It's a real. It is a real shame because these are brilliant players. I mean, Isak would be perfect for you, for us.
Every one of us at this table.
I mean, he's brilliant. I mean, Bruno Guimaraes as well. I mean, would love him. Great for you.
Getting to
Great for us.
a lot of their players are getting to our teams
you know,
instantly,
just it'd be
having a
a
yard
shame
sale.
for Newcastle. It really would
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
Peter bring them
slow down.
In a way, it would have been better had they financially for them had they not have got in the Champions League.
I think there's a lot of teams at the moment that are really, really starting to panic about what's going on and the charges that are being brought.
But City don't seem like they're getting any more heat. It seems like Everton are not.
Pause that right there. Let me get through. Let's get through the super chats, and then we are going to move on to exactly what you guys are getting there because there's quite a few.
An hour.
Exactly.
Oh wow.
Apple Tree says, Cecil, do you still think Arsenal will win the league?
I never said they were going to win the league. I've never
You
said
made a
it.
T-shirt.
Yeah, that was
last season.
last season, people.
You know,
You
no
said
one
the
will
same thing
ever,
to me
ever,
when
ever let
we
you
come to
forget
you
that.
on Boxing Day or the day after Boxing Day.
No, I've never said this.
said
Never. You never
You
said
said
it.
it's only
You
at-
said it
it's
now.
only at the
Can't
top.
backtrack.
On AFTV, we did season predictions. I said City will win the league. We'll come second. I still don't believe that's going to change. I think City still win the league.
Did you finish second?
It's us or Liverpool, but I'm going to back my team and say, yeah, we can come second.
All right,
yeah.
cool.
I never said we're going to win the league.
The Ugly Truth says Conte scored goals with Spurs. Don't compare Ten Hag. Rodders 007 says how much for Matisse to go to Specsavers? I'll pay. Because I think what you was looking at with Chelsea,
it was a red card, man.
Fair point.
That's a good point.
Tap in Tobes. Tobes says Gallagher is what he is. Mid-pack, he's a mid-player. I still don't want him at Spurs as I think we need a 6 more than another 8. We have 2 8s better. I don't think Tobes is ever happy. Tobes is always
he's always
moaning.
angry, yeah.
Always angry, always moaning.
I would absolutely take
I've been fortunate enough to
Do you disagree with Tobes? Would you take Conor Gallagher?
No, I agree. I would take him 100%. I mean, Højbjerg.
So you disagree with Toby? He said he wouldn't take him.
Oh yeah, sorry.
She
he
loves
did Toby.
Gallagher, yeah.
I really rate Conor Gallagher. I rated him from when he was at Palace. I thought he did a brilliant job at Crystal Palace. He can play more advanced, and also Højbjerg will be going anyway. So he was probably going to go this window, but because of the injuries, he'll probably just.
You're not going to get him anyway. So.
He'll go in the summer anyway. I think he's out of contracts in summer.
Nah, 2025.
Oh, is it next year? Oh,
Clara says
he'll go in
Matisse. Thoughts on Benzema, Firmino, Duran rumours.
I don't really
You've
know.
been linked to Benzema?
Everyone
You
has.
heard
No one's been linked
Just
to him
because
because
a lot of
the
people
report,
from Saudi want to come home, innit?
the report was, from what I gather, the report was an opinion piece, so it's not really a real link.
Okay.
But people didn't read it, and then they thought it was. I don't really know what to think because
Are you
I've not.
letting anyone?
Okay.
I haven't been watching Benzema or Firmino in
Yeah,
Saudi,
like how well are
so I
these-
don't know fitness levels, performance. I don't know where they're at. But
Robbie's sourcing in
For a
over there
loan
said
deal-
he's put on a lot of weight and he's a
yeah,
bit more
for a loan deal, it's
sluggish.
probably worth the gamble. But I'm not sure
For Benzema, you'd take it, yeah?
if we don't have to pay his wages. Well,
You're gonna have to pay something. Wow.
I
The Mr. Arsenal podcast says Chelsea could be KO'd by Middlesbrough in the League Cup, and he thinks they can catch West
Please
Ham.
God.
Laughing emojis. More than you can believe.
now everybody rates West Ham now. Okay.
Says
Huge fan.
the
Okay.
Macaulay
Huge fan.
Culkin version of Kevin De Bruyne is a cheat code. Clara says, calm down, Cecil. Your teeth are more bright than the light for Arsenal in the tunnel. SN 1990 says, Flex, would you rather City win 4 in a row or Liverpool win the 20th title?
Surely City.
It's not, like I said, City won the treble and it's like we didn't really care. It just
City,
moved on.
all day long.
I don't like choosing, but it'd probably be City just doing what they're doing now, which is still crap, but definitely not Liverpool winning it. KP Masters says Arsenal fans need to stop the player comparisons. Never put Odegaard in the same conversation. None of your players are world class. They need to win first.
No one's it's you lot that just brought this in.
I didn't bring
to
it
the
in,
mix.
mate. It's KP Masters.
Yeah,
mate.
but
I'll be
no
honest,
one
I
ever said
actually
it.
think it's Robbie. I think it's Robbie.
I never.
Shy One says 4P and back-to-back treble is going to happen. The worst thing about when City won the treble last year, I think one of the first things I said is what's scary is that they can win the treble again.
Yeah.
And they absolutely
They're
can.
just going to get going.
That's ridiculous.
Can you get the likes up, please, guys? This is
as he
wild.
said it right there, we're a few away off 1,000. We're at 5,500 watching live as well.
Giving you a shameless show as well. So
Shameless show.
Let's talk about this little bit of news. David Ornstein reported this yesterday, saying that Everton and Nottingham Forest are expecting to be informed on Monday. I haven't seen anything breaking news that this has happened yet, but David Ornstein never misses. On Monday, that they have been found in breach of Premier League profitability and sustainability rules for the third cycle to June 2023. Both have prepared mitigation and will launch robust defences.
I mean, if you're Everton, you must be thinking, fuck off.
Yeah, leave us alone. We just had a point deduction.
While you've still got City there pending 115 charges, and Chelsea also in the background with their looming charges of FFP, etc. So I don't understand what these charges are really about, but I mean, just leave Everton alone.
Well, I would say just keep it fair for everyone. If Everton have broken more rules, then they should get the sanctions.
Yeah, we've got to look at City.
And if City, and that's what I'm saying, City and Chelsea, if they've broken rules, just hit them with the sanctions.
Everton's rule breach got sorted out within a day and then had a 10-point deduction taken off them. You know, Cities have been going on for years and years, same with Chelsea, and we've seen nothing about it. It's not even spoken about. So if I was Everton, I'd be saying, why don't you actually go and look at them and sort that situation out before you come for us again? Because they've already had their deduction. That's massive.
One.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
They could, but if I was Everton and I got another deduction, I'd be saying, why have you then deducted more points off of us?
It wouldn't make sense.
And then and City haven't had anything done, and no one's even bothered to look into the Chelsea situation at the minute. And then Forest, again, like these are two teams that need to stay up.
I did question Forest. They made so many signings.
Look, I don't really know the situation, right? But when you look at it now, and you look at the money that's been, played into the Premier League, the level that teams are on, how can you not be a Nottingham Forest? If you've got any ambition, how can you go to the Premier League and compete without spending money? How can you do that? You can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, they've literally come up. They had to buy something like 30. They had about 6 players on their books when they came up.
Yeah.
So what do you do? I don't really understand it. I don't really understand why they get round to these ones rather than look into the other ones before. But they've got to get a grip of it. But I think they're doing actually at the moment is because they've lost so much control over it and they've lost so much respect over it. I think they're actually trying to put place markers down, and that is why you're seeing a lot of clubs now. So the only team that's paid money for a player is Tottenham. This transfer window. We're 15 days into the transfer window.
Is it they putting markers down, or is it because these certain charges are big? Is it because certain charges are bigger and they're taking more time about sieving through them?
Yeah, so what do you do? So it's better to rack up more and more charges so it comes later down the line than actually breach one or two.
This is a good point.
You know what I mean? Like Everton's charge, their 10-point deduction comes at the end of last season. If they'd have been deducted 10 points last season,
they'd be down.
They'd have been down.
But also the amount of money that Everton were over by was so minimal in terms of football.
Minuscule, yeah.
That you're sitting there talking about City have 115 charges.
Yeah, their punishment's gonna have to be.
And this was spoken about 4 years ago. So Everton must be sitting there thinking, hang on.
And look how quickly they're getting to Everton.
Look how quickly you took points off for such a minimal charge for breaching one rule.
City got found guilty of breaking UEFA rules. Got a 2-year ban from the Champions League. They've won it. Where they're supposed to be banned. They've won the competition. Because they appeal, they're losing control.
They appealed that and won basically, and got a reduced sanction.
Sanction. Well, no sanction basically.
Well, I think it's money, but no sanction. Yeah, basically,
there's nothing to them.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, how can you go into people spending more money and then the punishment is paying money?
They've lost control. They've lost control. Even
bring that adjudicator in, aren't they? The independent adjudicator.
And I think that is why they are starting to sort of like get serious with these, because I don't think they want that. Because I think if they come in and they have that independent adjudicator,
they're going to see all the lies and webs within the Premier League and all that. Yeah,
under the carpet for their big brands. They don't want an independent adjudicator, because all of a sudden they will come down hard on what they sell the Premier League to
100%.
That's why they
TV
don't want
rights,
it.
all of
There'll
that,
be
yeah.
loads across every single club, and I'm no doubt the biggest
All of them.
clubs, 100%.
Yeah, all of
It's
them.
so incredibly corrupt football as it is. So when you're looking at the likes of, you know,
I was just going to say, Matisse hasn't really
Matisse
contributed to any.
I definitely think looking at a club that had obviously, you know, had a transfer
Very
ban before,
quiet.
was owned by a Russian oligarch as well. That would be where my eyes switch.
I just want to move conversation.
I even found loopholes in having long
Everyone's
contracts.
had quite a lot of big say on this. I would thank you
Don't
for
have
your
any
contributions.
loopholes.
Matisse,
Don't have any loopholes.
The fans, the viewers are sort of asking, you know, where you stand on
busy.
this.
He's looking under the table for everyone who's been swept under there.
Listen, I'm not a lawyer. Do you know what I mean? Let the people, let the people that are paid to handle these legal, very delicate, detailed, complicated matters handle them. Manchester City have not pleaded guilty, so I'm guessing there's a dispute. Everton pleaded guilty, so it was a simple conclusion. As for my club, we sell incredibly well. You just mentioned that Newcastle have made 12 million off of Chris Wood. Arsenal barely make big sales these days. You can't spend any money in this window. We make massive sales. We pulled in over 250 million last summer, but people don't want to talk about it. So I'm not fussed.
Sold them all
we will
to
be
Saudi.
there.
Sold 6 players to
We'll be
one
there.
Saudi club.
Alex is he did say sorry to be a twat, but he's saying that we're basically clueless on City's situation with the case. Thanks for Superchat. He says it's with an independent regulator now. It's out of the Premier League's hands.
Fair, but it has been
Carl
going on for
says,
4 years.
Yeah,
So.
it's taken ages. Carl says, Abbi, the difference with Everton is that they owned up to the breach the first time. City have denied theirs. If Everton denied theirs, it would delay to next season.
Honesty is not the best policy.
I'm just here to spit facts. That's all we do.
Yeah, but it's taken that longer time. This is what I'm trying to say. The Premier League need to make a decision. The reason it's gone to an independent adjudicator is because they've refused to make a decision. Refused to do it with any haste, and that's why it's had to go to an independent adjudicator because they don't want to do it. They don't want to, and that's why they don't want the whole thing going to an independent, and that's why they're starting to come down on clubs like Everton and Nottingham Forest because they want to be seen to be doing something, so they can say,
haven't
look,
got
we
the
are
same
doing stuff.
energy.
Yeah, they're setting an example of lower, lesser
But
clubs,
you
which I think is bad.
You guys also know that we amortized all these fees over 10 years. So why are you surprised that we spent?
It's your fault that this is all.
Why are you surprised that we spent $1 billion and we're not in trouble yet?
Because
You know what we did.
But
and then they closed the loophole.
The charges that you've got, yeah, of course. But the charges,
What was the charge? I can't even remember.
But the charges that you lot got, is it even to do with the £1 billion?
I don't think it is.
It's something they discussed. No, they disclosed it when they.
It was
when
about
Todd Bowley took over.
It was about Roman. It was in the Roman era.
Yeah, we found discrepancies from this.
But Bowie handed the information in, so I don't know where it's at. Yeah, I don't know where it's at. But it's not even from this ownership. When people talk about Chelsea, they talk about this ownership, and they don't talk about what happened under Roman.
Yeah, but
really.
Are you not worried though, as a Chelsea fan, that you might get
Nothing to be worried about. It's nothing I can do. You know, if we get relegated, we get relegated. I'll be there.
I will be there.
We will be there.
I will be there.
We will be there. I will win a title.
Shy one says panic.
I'll be there.
Shy one says panic on the streets of London. Get a better lawyer. And JT says someone should go in for Gibbs White. And I think we are. And Neji says Matisse, you are so hot.
Thank you. That's a crazy.
And Index says Richarlison has more goals and assists than Martinelli and Jesus.
Wow. Say it louder. Louder.
So I was listening to that super chat and wondering about
Repeat it again.
No, not that one. I was talking about Matisse. I was talking about Matisse's one. I was thinking.
Is it a super chat?
Yeah, it was a super chat. I was
Do you want one?
What was that? Wait,
Dave says, aren't Tottenham in trouble too?
No.
No?
It was something about a Jermaine Defoe transfer.
Oh, yeah. That was
I'm pretty sure it was all
yeah.
sorted.
Okay, guys,
Hold
we
it.
did get over 1,000 likes on the way out. I'm sure you guys can put even more likes. It's been a great show. Some shamelessness, some bits of quiet, some people getting triggered and rattled and stuff like that. But it's what the weekend roundup is. Obviously, a batch of games coming up this weekend. Obviously, half the league not playing. And the other half are Arsenal taking on Crystal Palace, needing to bounce back from their crisis.
It's flex, don't do. That's not a crisis.
I knew you was asking everyone.
No, yeah,
if you lose this game, is it a crisis?
It's not a crisis.
1 win in 7 is a crisis.
If
Felice bangs in
5 points.
If
I'm a
Felice
tenor in them, man.
bangs in one at the near post, is it a crisis?
I don't know.
You lot can't talk about crisis.
If you go out to Porto, is it a crisis? If you go
we're
out,
above you, can't talk about crisis.
If you lose again, is it a crisis?
if you go out to Porto, is it a crisis?
Because
If you go out to Porto, is it a crisis?
that will be one.
So after Arsenal versus Crystal Palace, the next game is Brentford versus Nottingham Forest. It's 5:30 kickoff. The game after that, Sheffield United versus West Ham.
Cecil, seriously, one last question before we move on. If Arsenal do lose against Palace, which I do think is very unlikely, would that be a crisis?
No, not after Palace.
It wouldn't be a crisis. What would it be if you lost to Palace?
A loss.
Just a loss.
Just an L on the sheet.
Okay, fair enough. Brentford taking on Nottingham Forest. Sheffield United taking on West Ham. You going to that, Nick?
West Ham.
Yeah. Okay. Bournemouth against Liverpool and Brighton against Wolves, and that will be the rest of match day 21 of the Premier League. So I'm pretty sure there will be a preview show for that. So tune in, smash a like on the video, and we'll see you guys again very, very soon. Big up to Nicky, big up to Cecil, big up to Abbi, big up to Matisse, and big up to you guys watching at home. We are out of here. Peace.